Hey, what's up guys? In today's video I'm going to give you some reasons why you might not want to pick up the Samsung Galaxy S7. These are big reasons that you might turn away and want to pick up an iPhone, maybe an LG, or maybe an older HTC device. So let's get into the reasons why I don't think you guys might want to pick up this phone. Number one would be the removable battery. And you guys might be asking yourself, what do you mean? Well, maybe after 6 months to a year, your battery is going to deteriorate and you're not going to be able to swap it out. So you're going to have to be charging your phone more often throughout the day to keep your phone charged. So no removable back, no removable battery. Because the phone is waterproof, you do have a very tinny, horrible speaker. So if this is your main media device, I don't recommend you guys using the onboard speaker. So you'd have to use a Bluetooth speaker or headphones to get better quality audio, because the old Samsung Galaxy S3 that I had very good audio and it sounded very nice. So when you're holding the phone in landscape mode, you basically are covering up the speaker, so it's muffled and it sounds horrible. So when you're listening to a podcast or music, it does have like a distortedness to it because it is waterproof, but that is a big downfall. No good audio on here, baby. This phone gets extremely hot when you're texting a lot, watching YouTube videos, or playing games. So just remember that. It's not hot enough to burn you, but it's hot enough that you're going to know right around this area that it does get very, very hot. And the menu system on this phone. A lot of people hate TouchWiz, a lot of people like it. It's the most simplest OS, I think, for consumers. Most people who pick it up, either you like TouchWiz or you don't like it. And TouchWiz can be a hit or miss, as you can see right here. So you see, once you hit storage, it says I'm using 16 gigs out of 32. So basically, just with my apps and what TouchWiz is using, it's already using almost 15 gigs of memory just to use TouchWiz, which is ridiculous. It's using that much gigabytes. I think you should at least got a 64 gigabyte model if you're going to be using that much storage capacity. And a lot of people, well, you got the micro SD card. Yes, the micro SD card slot is cool, but you should still be able to have a lot of memory on your phone and not have to worry about a micro SD card slot if you don't want to. So one thing about the Samsung Galaxy S7 that is a downfall, yes, it only comes in 32 gigabytes of an internal memory, no 64, no 128. And the problem about that is, yes, you can get a micro SD card slot. Yes, you can go up to 200 gigabytes. You have to use like a clothespin or a SIM removal tool to get that out. And with TouchWiz, because you only get 32 gigabytes of memory, after you install all your basic information, TouchWiz takes up almost 15 gigs. So you go from 32 down to about 15 gigs. So if you don't have any micro SD card in your phone, you're only going to be limited to about 16 gigs of memory. And 16 gigs of memory, when people nowadays put music, apps, and a lot of videos onto their phone, you're going to eat up your memory very quickly. So that is some reasons why I think you might not want to pick up the Samsung Galaxy S7. I'll run down the specs again. The phone overheats a lot when you're listening to music or playing a lot of games or watching YouTube videos, because I can definitely feel right here, right now, a little bit on the sides. It's a little bit warm just for me playing those little videos and podcasts.
Go through answer check. Yeah. Could that simply be the fact that you are finding an alternate way, not through religion, but through some alternate means to address,
live on forever?
Well, exactly, right?
No.
So I could take this pill called religion that will grant me immortality, or I could do your fractal mumble.
So you can definitely tell right there that the audio does not sound great when I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. It's very, very distorted and doesn't sound enjoyable. So you do have to So like I said, the overall speaker is not that great. I know a lot of you guys say, why did you use my earbuds, or I use an external Bluetooth speaker? That's cool, but if you want to just listen to your music off the device is not that great, and especially if you're listening to like maybe a podcast or something, the interface is really not that great, because you don't want to go through menus after menus after menus to find what you want. The micro SD card slot, because you have to use a SIM removal tool or like a little needle to get this out, so it's not easy just to swap out your SD card. The fact that when you're using your memory, your storage, you're already down to 16 gigs of internal memory. So that is the same amount of memory you get on your S3, S4. I think 16 gigs is not enough when people nowadays are using it for music, videos, podcast, and recording 4K content. That is not enough storage. So at the end of the day, that's why they say, well, you can get a 150 gig memory card. Most people don't want to buy that. They want to have a device that they can use right out the box, that they can have a lot of videos, they can have a lot of pictures, they can put a lot of apps on, and they're not limiting. But TouchWiz is already limiting you from 32 gigs down to 16 gigs, which is ridiculous. So remember, as always, guys, just smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know, are you going to pick this phone up, or are you just going to wait for something else? Because I think having a removable back to remove the battery is cool. Having a micro SD card slot is cool. And the way they're doing it, where it's hard to get to the micro SD card slot on this phone, is kind of stupid. But as always, I'm Trevor from Trevor's Phone Reviews, and that is some reasons why you don't want to pick up the Samsung Galaxy S7. But I'll say this, guys, I love this phone. Just letting you guys know that.